Welcome to FPL culture, where the excitement of the Premier League meets the thrill of fantasy football. The wait is over. Managers, Gameweek 1 is here, and it's time to embark on a season-long adventure filled with goals, assists, and nail-biting moments. Whether you're a seasoned strategist or rookie manager, this is your chance to set the stage for an epic fantasy Premier League campaign. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, and buckle up for an exhilarating ride. Let's get started. And in goal we have Andre, the £5 million Man United #1. Has the chance to get off to a strong start in fantasy football with a home matchup against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Last season, the Red Devils had the second lowest number of away goals, 12, trailing only Nottingham Forest with 11. Wolves had the second highest number of home clean sheets, 11. Given that he only participated in 24 games in 2022-2023, the 27-year-old completed 81.3% of his 34.9 average passes per 90 minutes. He gave up 24 goals, an average of 1 per game. The Arsenal centre-back's chances against Nottingham Forest at home appear promising from both ends of the field. In 2022-23 fantasy, Gabriel, £5 million, was the fourth highest scoring defender with 3 goals and 14 clean sheets of all the defensive teammates. The centre-back posed the greatest goal threat. Mikel Arteta's first choice back four combined for 19 shots in the box, compared to his 26 total. The £5 million left back for Brighton and Hove Albion is the most owned defender in fantasy, appearing in more than half of teams for his home game against Luton Town. Following Robert De Zerbi's appointment as head coach last season, Estupiñán finished third among defenders in both shots and chances created with 28 and 46. When his team is in possession, John Stones, worth £5.5 million, switches to central midfield, which has benefited him. Prior to the Champions trip to Burnley, Stones had risen to 29% ownership after scoring Man City's first goal of the pre-season. In the 2022-2023 season, he played 23 games for a total of 1,852 minutes, scored 2 goals, and had 2 assists. The improved attacking potential of the centre-back has elevated him to second place among Man City players in FPL and fourth place among defenders. The promoted Sheffield United host welcomes the star of Crystal Palace after a strong pre-season. Over the course of the summer, Eze, £6.5 million, contributed to 7 goals, scoring twice and providing 5 assists. After Roy Hodgson returned as manager in 2022-2023, he continued to produce in that manner. From Gameweek 29 onward, Eze scored 6 of his season-high 10 goals and added 2 of his 5 assists. In terms of fantasy midfielders, he scored 67 points throughout that time, second only to Mohamed Salah's £12.5 million, 85 points. With 57% of managers choosing the winger from Arsenal, he is the most popular player overall and the most popular midfielder. Saka, £8.5 million, produced all 4 of his double-figure hauls at home games in 2022-2023. Demonstrating his superior consistency for large hauls at Emirates Stadium, Saka has so far in the Community Shield 2023-2024 season assisted 1 goal in 1 game. In his professional career, Saka has already taken 6 penalties. Saka received 4 of them while missing 2. Saka has a 66.67% total penalty conversion rate. In 35 games for the Premier League 2022-2023 season, Marcus Rashford, £9 million, has scored 17 goals. He scored 4 goals on the road, but 13 of his 17 goals were scored at home. His potential as an alternative captain to Holland was demonstrated by his goal and assist against Lens last weekend. Last season, Rashford averaged 8.4 points per start at home compared to the Norwegians' 6.5 points per start on the road. Each 90 minutes that Marcus Rashford is on the field, he scores an average of 0.5 goals. Bruno Fernandes, who cost £8.5 million, averaged 51 passes per game and had a 78% completion rate last season. He fired 62 shots, 30 of which were on target. Fernandes accrued 176 FPL points last season with 8 goals and 8 assists. With a home game against Wolves, he can be vital to Man United winning their home game. At £6.5 million each, Corey Matuma of Brighton and Hove Albion and Brian Newmar of Brentford are 2 more of the top choices. Latimer has attracted a lot of managers due to a streak of 4 home games in the first 6 game weeks in a fixture difficulty rating of just 2 from 4 of those 6 fixtures. He is really the third most owned midfielder in the game, appearing in more than 37% of lineups. In his first fantasy season last year, the Japanese player scored an average of 6 points per start at the Amex Stadium. In the second half of 2022-23, Watkins' £8 million was a very popular choice for FPL managers. Only Erling Haaland £14 million and Harry Kane £12.5 million accumulated more shots, attempts on target, shoots inside the box, and goals from Emery's Gameweek 15 rival than Watkins. Watkins actually recorded more huge chances during that period than Kane, who is now rated £4.5 million more expensive. Watkins had 15 goals and 8 assists for a total of 23 attacking returns for the 22-23 season. Only 4 other forwards in the game improved upon this. The forward for Man City is astonishingly owned by 86% for his trip to Burnley despite his high price tag of £14 million. Haaland's track record against promoted teams demonstrates why millions of those managers will choose him as their captain. Last season, he tied for first place among all players with 47 points versus these opponents. Erling Haaland led the Premier League 2022-2023 with 36 goals in 35 games. He scored 14 goals on the road, but 22 of the 36 were scored at home. Erling Haaland averages 1.17 goals per 90 minutes overall. Moving on to the bench, we have Matt Turner, a £4 million player for Nottingham Forest who is set to start in goal. Is a good backup option to take Andre's place when the schedule improves. The Brazilian at £5.5 million has become a well-liked contender in the budget forward category after securing what appeared to be a starting position for Brighton Hove Albion during pre-season. João Pedro appears to be the Seagulls' new go-to penalty taker after making one against Rayo Vallecano of Spain at the weekend. The summer acquisition from Watford has the opportunity to provide tremendous value right away thanks to a run of 4 home games in the first 6 game weeks. Beginning this weekend with a home game against newly promoted Luton Town, the £4 million defender Branthwaite has a favourable schedule from game weeks 1 through 4, with a challenging game week 5 matchup between Everton and Arsenal. Due to the injuries afflicting Everton, he is set to play the majority of the minutes. With a price tag of £4.5 million, Levi Colwill's performance in Chelsea's pre-season victory over Brighton delighted Mauricio Pochettino, who thinks the academy product can go on to become one of the greatest centre-backs in England. Although Chelsea would have wanted a simpler opening matchup than taking on Liverpool given the scope of the rebuild, things do get simpler after that, as Chelsea prepares to play Aston Villa in match week 6, West Ham United away, Luton Town home, Nottingham Forest home, and Bournemouth away. Offer opportunities to gain momentum. Please leave a comment below if you have any urgent inquiries, difficult strategic decisions, or simply want to discuss all things FPL. We're ready to help and interact with you. Hey, if you haven't already, turn on notifications, like, subscribe to our channel and become a member of the FPL culture family. As the final whistle blows on this video, remember, FPL is more than just points on a screen. It's a journey of passion, strategy, and endless excitement. So, whether you're celebrating a hat trick from your captain or shrugging off a surprise benching, know that you're part of a global community that lives and breathes this beautiful game. Both on and off the pitch, stay connected, stay positive, and may your FPL journey be filled with unforgettable moments. Until next time, managers, keep those virtual boots laced and your tactics sharp. See you on the fantasy pitch.